in your notes that I sent you through your email. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's deal with some things. I see Pastor Jared Purdue is in the house. That's, of course, KP's older brother. Glad to see you in the house. Okay, so look, let's look at this, the Theta Realm. Let's look at this and we can get an understanding. In the Theta Realm, these are going to be your brain waves. I don't know if you can see this, but let me pull this up for you. Let me pull this up. This is going to be, I'll read this. Here, this is going to be the theta. These are going to be your theta brain waves. You all see that? And we're going to get into programming because you have to understand something. Now, we've talked along these lines. We've given a plethora of information, right? Because all of this is going to be dealing with nothing more than concepts. Okay? Because concepts, if you look at the word concept, you're going to get the word conception out of it. Meaning to bring forth, to birth something out, okay? That's where your Theta Realm comes into to positioning, comes into actuality. But here's the thing that you're going to need to understand about your Theta Realm or your Theta brain waves. You're going to have to understand that it is the lowest level of your vibration, okay? And it's important to understand that because this is the place where deception happens. This is where things can be planted in you because from 0 to 6 years of age, beginning in the womb of the mother, whatever the mother is experiencing while pregnant with the child is being passed on. So what you need to understand here is that even in the womb of your mom, as you're going through all of your stages of gestation, going through all of your stages of development, your embryonic stage, going through your quaternary stage, going through all of those stages to ultimately become a baby in the womb of your mom, there is information that is being passed on to you or you're being programmed. Okay, so once you are born and then you begin to age or to grow, what happens is you're being programmed. There are programs that are being imparted in you. Because a child from 0 to 6 years of age, everything that they receive, it is through a download. They're watching, paying attention, and that is really illustrated by Dr. Lipton. He really talks about that. You all can look him up, Dr. Lipton. So yes, so what you'll tell me, you'll give it to me in a minute. Why am I saying this? Because this is important. Until you get control over your Theta Realm, everything that you deal with is going to be fantasy. It's going to be dealt on a level of fantasy. You will not get to the real reality of a thing or the realness of a thing, right? You'll stay in that fantasy realm. So look at this. So from 0 to 6, and let's build a little bit more. Let's build on this a little bit more, okay, fam? All right. So here's a phrase that I deal with. The definition of it, this is what I coined. It's called enneagramming. Let me put this out here for you. This is important. This is important to understand. Just let me develop this, and I promise you, yes, sir, it's exciting having you here as well, Pastor. Okay. All right. Okay. Enneagramming. Look at that. You all see that? Okay. Enneagramming, accessing the innermost center of the mind, meaning your pineal gland. Some call it pineal gland, but pineal gland because it is shaped like a pine cone. Not the brown pine cone that you see, but the green pine cone before it turns brown. It has these little dots all over it, just like your pineal gland. It is shaped just like it. But if you go through different neighborhoods, you'll see those pineal glands throughout the neighborhoods. They're on mailbox, they're on people's porches. But those are pineal glands, right? And your pineal gland is a module. It has the ability to broadcast, to catch energy, wavelengths, to understand that. So in your enneagramming is accessing the innermost center of the mind, or the pineal gland, or the module that has the ability to receive and record messages, exhibit, communicate, meaning communications, be drawn upon, written, imprinted, impressed upon, manifesting what has been assimilated. So whatever has been downloaded in you, whatever is being programmed in you, it has the ability. It is accessible. And let's look at the word program. I'm giving some working definitions, so when we communicate, we can have some basis from which to draw our conclusions from, okay? So that we're not out here in fantasy. But let's get a working definition for the word program, and then we're going to come back to enneagramming. Copy. Okay. Let's look at program. Programmed is a plan of action to accomplish a specific end. Programming, then, is a plan of action to accomplish a specific end. 2, it means to write code for. 3, to insert or encode specific operating instructions into. So programming meaning then that you are putting some information somewhere else. Then where are you putting it? You're putting it in the innermost parts of you. You're enneagramming. You're putting it there. You're programming or inserting concepts. You're inserting information. You're inserting things that have been codified or codified, and you're putting it there to create some type of manifestation. So based upon whatever being placed in you, we'll determine what you would manifest or how you would behave or what you would act out. So as a child, as you're watching, paying attention to, you're being programmed. Where's that information going? That information is going into your what? Into your subconscious, not your conscious, but your subconscious. The information is going in the innermost parts of you. Is going where? Into your pineal gland. It is going into your God ability to assimilate information, to download information. And I'll get to this. I'll bring it around where we can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. Okay. Let's find out what the Theta Realm is and what it does, and then we'll build some more. How about that? I'm sorry. Okay. I haven't seen him yet. Okay. Oh, by the way, you all, again, I'm sporting this for my nephew, Loyalties, is Law. He has his own business. Man, he has some good paraphernalia. He sent this to me as a gift, and I am supporting him. And bam, there it is. Major Clay. Okay. All right. Let's make this happen. Okay, here we go. I'm on full. It's so much energy. Whew. Yes, indeed. Put your business out there, man. Put your company out there on the timeline. All right. Do y'all see that information out there? Okay. Share, fam. Just take a second. Let's just take 1 second and let's just pause just for a second. And I need you all to do this for you, for me, and for us. Share. All right. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing. And thanks to Katie again, boy, she hooks them up. The nectar. Yes. Let's look at this. Let's get some working information for theta. Theta, again, if you're unfamiliar with it, it is how your brain functions on a certain wavelength. Okay. And it is actually a realm, and there are some things that are really going on in there that you need to be aware of. And one of the reasons why we can't get beyond our trauma is that our theta realm has been tampered with, and we've never been able to identify what the problem is and to be able to heal it. And when I say identify what the problem is, not that we don't know that there are certain things happening, but we haven't been able to locate the locality where we need to go in at, and then straighten those things out and fix those things, right? But here we are in the theta realm. Theta realm is where you are operating from 4 to 7.5 hertz. Those are per second. And I showed you all the brain waves of the theta. Now, the theta is the light, meditation, and sleeping wave. Now, theta brain waves are present during deep meditation and light sleep. Deep meditation and light sleep, including the all-important REM sleep. We know what that is, right? REM dream state. That's what? Rapid eye movement, right? Have you ever watched someone in their sleep and their eyes are twitching really fast, but their eyes are closed? That's REM sleep. That's actually a sleep where you're dreaming. That's a REM where you're also dreaming. And it's very important. And the reason why I'm citing this so that you can begin to understand how we've been tampered with. Our cognition, our thought waves, our thought patterns that determines how we're ultimately going to behave and how we're going to do things in life, how we're going to create in life. Will determine what happens in our theta realm. And watch this. The theta realm, including the all-important REM sleep dream state, it is the realm of your subconsciousness and only experienced momentarily as you drift off to sleep from alpha and wake from deep sleep from your delta realm. All of those realms, they mean something, but we'll get to those one day. Okay. Now, it is said that a sense of deep spiritual connection and unity with the universe can be experienced at the theta realm. Now, catch what was just said. It is said that a sense of deep spiritual connection and unity with the universe can be experienced at the theta realm. Well, how can that be so? Well, because it is at the lowest of your vibration, which means that everything is slow to a pace where it becomes visual. You can visualize it at a higher level. So in that realm, you're able to see things and experience things that are not necessarily real. And we've talked about this. For example, in the theta realm, this is where children play. This is where the childlike mind comes into play, right? We talked about this. Dr. Lipton talked about it as well. How a child can take a stick, ride that stick, and believe that it's a horse, and ride that stick. Yeah, giddy up, boogity, boogity, boogity. Riding that stick, you cannot tell that child that isn't a horse. That's the theta realm. That's the lowest realm of your vibration. This is where we imagine things. This is where fantasy jumps off at. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's real, but what it does is it gives us the ability to be what? Creative. It is the creative realm where we're able to what? Create and cause things to what? Manifest. But the only things that should be manifesting are those things that are according to what our purpose is, that they may become a reality. You see? So we have to understand that there is some codifying going on. There was some programming going on. There's something that has been inserted into our theta base. Someone is doing something. Someone is programming us. Someone is giving some type of concepts and placing them over in there to get us to behave a certain way. And we're going to talk about that. But when you look at this, it connects you with the universe. Your mind's most deep-seated programs are at theta, and is where you experience vivid what? Visualizations, great inspiration, profound creativity, and exceptional insight. And unlike your other brain waves, the elusive voice of theta is a silent voice. And you have to understand that it is a silent voice. There isn't anything that's speaking out to you and saying something to you. This is where you're visualizing. This is where things are being inserted into you and causing a certain response within you. Okay? So when you get over into this realm, and there are some things that are inserted in you, those are the things that you're going to act out. Let's say, for example, there is religion. As a small child, you were raised in where? In church. As a small child, you were raised where? At the mosque. You were in Islam. You were introduced to it. That means that there was a program inserted within you. There was a religious program, paradigm, that was inserted within your theta brainwave. So as you're growing up, you're going to respond to that because it is set on automatic, because it is where in your subconscious, and you're responding and reacting to it out of habit. Because why? It has been inserted in you. It grew up in you. You were programmed. Everything that we deal with is a program. Programs are nothing more than paradigms or concepts that are inserted. They're systems of what? Information. Systems of information are imparted within you. Where at the lowest level of your, thank you. At the lowest level of your vibration. What is being inserted in you? What? Knowledge, right? Then if knowledge is being inserted in you, which is a concept, or which is a program, or which is a paradigm, knowledge is the lowest level of your what? Learning, which means that it fits right into your low vibration. Hello? So it fits right into your what? Low vibration. It can vibe with it. In other words, it can commingle, it can become interrelated, and it can begin to produce where in your theta realm. Okay, this is important for us to understand, because I'm going to get to something here. Again, let me finish up on the definition. I see you, Pastor Brown. I see you, Dale. Hey, Winsome. Everybody good? Remember this: if you freeze up, remember just refreshing your browser. Okay. Now, I really want you all to hear this information, because I'm telling you, it's really going to open us up and restructure our neural pathways and give us new avenues to travel within our hemispheres, within our minds. And we're going to get to the real temple. We're going to get to the real place where we worship. And when we get to the real place where we worship, it's going to bring us back to our higher level of thought, which is our gamma realm. We're going to get to that gamma realm, because the gamma brain waves are the brain waves that move faster than light. They are the ones that give us that quick thought processes. They are the ones that give us the revelation. They're the ones that turn the energy on in the mind. Okay? So we want to get back to those. And when we get back to those, what they have a tendency to do is bring us to reality, bring us to how things really appear. Okay? So now dealing in this theta realm, again, let's look back at this. Your mind's most deep-seated programs are at theta, and it is where you experience vivid, again, visualizations, great inspiration, profound creativity, which is why you can get into religion, which is why you get into Christianity, get into Islam, get into Buddhism, you can get into Catholicism, you can get into all of that in this realm, because you're at the lowest vibration and exceptional insight. And unlike your other brain waves, the elusive voice of theta is a what? Silent voice. It is at the alpha theta border from 7 hertz to 8 hertz, where the optimal range for visualization, mind programming, and using the creative power of your mind begins. It's the mental state in which you consciously create your reality. So now the theta has to couple itself with the alpha RAM so that whatever you're trying to manifest will have a reality to it, right? It'll have a reality to it. And this is why it's very important for us to understand this. And this is why I'm talking about TCS, traumatic church syndrome. And then we have Islam. In terms of Islam, there's a great amount of trauma there too. As you travel through that, it's traumatic as well. When we start really breaking it down and really understanding them, talk a little bit about that as well. I don't do too much talking about certain things, but some things warrant that you have to talk about them, right? To get us through the trauma that we have experienced. Okay, so let's say we're in the Theta Realm. And some of you're Bible scholars, Bible teachers. I know I have pastors on here. I know you're here. I see you, Pastor Tim Rogers, man. Glad to see you. Man, that's a bad boy, y'all. Hey, Miss Nellie, that's a bad boy, Pastor Tim Rogers, man. He's cornered the market out there. When you think about this, when you get into this Theta Realm, it's very important to understand the Theta Realm, because the Theta Realm, again, is where we develop creativity. And creativity doesn't mean that it is a reality. It just simply means that we're strengthening our minds. We have the ability to now realize that I can create something. But in creating, you have to understand that you got to come back out of the Theta Realm and meet with the Alpha Realm. And there you can couple things together and see the real reality of it. You can see if it's really going to work. But what is happening is, because we have been traumatized, we cannot see the reality of it. So what are we doing? We're dealing with fantasy. We're dealing with coping mechanisms. We need things to help us cope until we can regain authority and control over our thought processes, right? The problem is that we cannot visualize, because why? There is so much hurt. When we begin to visualize, the hurt or the trauma or whatever we have experienced begin to manifest itself on a level so devastating that it sends us back to the low vibrations. See, when we're experiencing, of course, when we're experiencing those low vibrations, there's very little movement in our brains. Okay. I'm gonna talk to you. Y'all talk back to me. Let me see. Okay. The Theta Realm, again, is the lowest realm of our vibrations. Again, it is a creative realm. It's where we go to get material, creative material, and bring that material back out to a place where we can manifest it, where it becomes a reality, or it becomes a matter of fact. Nothing is real if it isn't matter. Nothing is real if it isn't matter. Y'all have to understand why I'm telling you this. Nothing is real if it isn't matter, because matter is a manifestation. So what we coin the phrase as a matter of what? As a matter of fact. How can we say matter of fact? The reason why we can say matter of fact, because matter is fact, and fact is matter. Right? So as a matter of fact. So nothing is real if it doesn't become matter. Right? So what do we understand? Okay. All right. So we got that concept, right? That's nothing more than a what? Concept. Bear with me. Bear in mind, what I'm telling you is everything is based upon concepts, right? Concepts. Why do we say concepts? Because concepts, Contact. You cannot conceive without what? Without contact. Contact again brings about what? What? Conception. Conception means to what? To birth or to what? Conceive. Right? Means all of these words belong to, they're all in the same family. Conception, conceive, contact, all of these are the same family. It means to bring forth. It means to birth out something. So if it means to birth out something, that means that it has to be matter. Right? Then once we get matter, I really want to simplify this. Once we get matter, we get what? We get what? We get fact. Why we want to get to fact? Because fact brings us to, say it again, it brings us to reality. What is reality going to bring us to? It's going to bring us to what? That which is what? Real. So we haven't gotten to the realness. Okay? Oh, okay. So we haven't gotten to the realness of it. Why can't we? Because where we at? Say it. We're in the theta what? We're in the theta realm, right? Okay. Now we know the theta, everything in the theta realm is not what? Okay, say it again. It is not real, right? The theta realm again is the childlike what? Realm. It's where we play. It's where we go back to being what? Children again. Okay, now those are my pastors. Those of you that are on here on this timeline, you all know that the master teacher, who's referred to as Jesus Christ or Jesus Christos, said that the only way that you can get into the kingdom of heaven is that you must become what? A child. You must become as a child to get into the kingdom, right? Wait a minute. The only way to get into the kingdom is that I must become a child. That means that I got to drop down into where? The theta where? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now, if I have to to get in heaven, right? To get in heaven, I have to become a child, right? So the child mind takes me back to where? To the theta realm, right? Now, I just explained to you all, in the theta realm is where like we have imaginary friends when we're children. Have you ever seen children and you talking to your child said, Mama, can't you see my imaginary friend? You can't see Keisha, my imaginary friend? Your mama looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? Ain't nobody standing there. You know what I'm saying? But where are you at? You're in the theta realm. So if Jesus is saying to you, you got to become a child, what he's actually telling you, you have to go to your lowest vibrations to be able to get into an imaginary place called heaven. And I believe Pastor Tim Rogers dealt with the fact that there's no place called heaven. You ain't going to no place called heaven. And he caught a lot of flack for it, but he was absolutely correct. The only heaven that you're going to is going to be on the inside of you, an imaginary thought process called a what? Concept. Call it concept. Because a concept is a what? A what? A program. Right? So when you look at, okay, let's take the church order. The church orders, they always say, well, we got a vision. What is a vision? A vision is a program. You're programming the people to see what you want them to see. But the only way that you're going to be able to get them to see what you want them to see, they have to drop down to what? The theta realm, because it is the lowest what? Realm of what? Vibration. So it's easy to insert codes, to codify things, to cause imagination, cause things to be imaginary. Oh, come on, y'all gonna talk to me in just a minute, right? Let me see what y'all saying out here on the timeline. Okay. I'm gonna talk to you in just a minute, fam. We're gonna talk. Give me a second. Yeah. Hey Pam, how you doing? Assalamu alaikum, Maki. I see you, brother Mike and Neil. Hey Jackie, what's up, man? Hey Doris. Hey Catherine. Listen, y'all really just bear with me now, because I'm not trying to offend. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that we got to get back to real reality. We got to get to how things really appear for us to be able to regain the ability to control the creativity that we have. The reason why we're in the predicament that we're in is because we, the human and woman, boy and girl, have denied our humanity. We've denied the ability to be able to cause things to function in the perfection in which they were created before we came here. Hello, somebody. And we're going to talk about this. So we're talking about programming. Now, when you get into programming, you have to understand something that's happening, and it's real subtle. You can't see it until you slow it down. So here he comes. He says that you got to become a child. Here's the thing about a child. A child pays more attention to what they see, right, than what they what? Hear. Right? So seeing allows you to do what? Once you get them to, yeah, it'll do that too. Once you can get them to do that, you can do what? You can what? You can program. All of this is about programming. Y'all gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me, and you're gonna hear me well. All of it is about programming, and I'm gonna show you why this is so powerful. Because when we look at quote unquote what we call ideal world, and we see our young brothers and sisters out there that are strung out on drugs, prostituting, selling drugs, just dressing a certain kind of way, wearing certain kind of paraphernalia. The first thing we say is that they have the what? The devil. They have the what? They have the what? They have the devil, right? The devil is a what? A concept. It is a what? It is a program that is inserted where? In the where? In the theta what? In the theta what? In the theta realm, right? Now, what? Okay, now look what you just. Okay, let's you put that right there, right? Look what you just produced. Look what you just produced. Yes. When you put that down in the lowest vibration, you created fear. So now you afraid. You looking for the what? Okay, let's use word reversal for the word devil. What? Lived. So what they did was they reversed the word on you to keep you from understanding how to live. You'll never develop and be creative as long as you think that this is trying to stop you from doing it. The only thing that can stop you from doing that is that you don't understand concepts. Right? We know that concepts are going to bring you to contact. Contact brings you to I'll get back to that. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But the contact is good. Contact makes you Once you get high, you start doing what? Fantasizing and imagining, right?
Yes, sir.
You become what? Creative. Most people smoke marijuana or get high off of other elements to be what? Creative. To be able to alter their what? Reality so they can do what? Cope. So if that's the case, where are you? You where? Oh my. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So that means that there was some programming going on. And let me show you what's happening to us as this programming is going on. Okay. AI. Okay. I'm not talking about my boy Allen Iverson. Nah, I ain't talking about that guy. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Right? Now, let me show you what I mean. Some of y'all gonna be saying, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay, watch this here. Okay. So we're talking about AI, artificial intelligence, right? Y'all got that? Everybody hear that? Artificial intelligence, right? Now, somebody's gonna have to tell me what are GMOs? What are they?
Genetically modified organisms.
Oh my, okay. So now I need somebody to tell me what are these? Cells are
Organisms.
They are living what? They are what? Living. They're living cells are living organisms. Cells are, right? Now, not only are cells living organisms, but cells are holding places where things are bordered. They have borders in cells. Cells or cellular or living organisms. So what they did was they modified, genetically modified what? Organisms. So they modified your what? Food, right? So now you have to understand, if they modify your food, they also have had to modify your body or your cells. You can't eat this without this being modified. So they have created a whole body for you, and you don't even know that they created it because they got down in your theta. Y'all gonna follow me in a minute. They got down in your theta realm and made you think that that was good for you, when it is actually poisonous and it's actually destroying you. But they've created a body so that you can what? You can take it on. Now it's important, and it's important to understand the theta realm, and important to understand why that the powers that be have the ability to deceive us and trick us, right? Doesn't have anything to do with the devil. Devil's a concept. It's not even real reality. It's concept with stories to go along with it to make it impactful, right? Follow me. This is very important. This is why I'm talking about the TCS, traumatic church syndrome, because you have to understand there's some things that have traumatically happened to us in the church. There are some things that we found out that just weren't truths. And when we found out that they weren't truths, it injured us. It hurt us. And some of us didn't know how to respond. And let me talk about me personally here just for a second, family. Yeah, M equals MC2 squared. That's right, Sister Rhonda. Energy and yeah, squared. And energy and matter is interrelated, and it produces mass. You are correct. Now, let me talk about this because it's very important. I was in the church, about to be married to a beautiful young lady. I won't call her name. But she was beautiful, very attractive and astute. But what happened was there was a mother in the church that was a busybody, a gossiper, an intrusioner that got into the midst of what we were doing. She talked about me, said that's a bad kid. He come out of the streets. He really don't know this, that, and other thing. You really shouldn't marry him, this, that, and other thing. So a whole bunch of stuff got mixed into what was going on, and it hurt me. It traumatized me. And it traumatized me to the point that I said, man, whatever God that you serve, I don't never want to have anything ever to do with that. That was traumatic for me. So, but what that did was it injured me and sent me down into my lower vibrations. And when it sent me to my lower vibration, it allowed me to imagine some behavior that was not productive nor conducive for my own profitability, for me to move on and for me to grow. So I went into that Theta Realm and got caught up and stayed in there and started doing really dumb stuff. See, and until we realize what has happened to us, man, we'll start doing a whole bunch of other things. I start getting high. I would be high as a Georgia pine. Hello, somebody. Why? Because I was coping with that hurt that came upon me. Where was I at? I was in the Theta Realm. That's where I was functioning at, where things are not real. Hey, man, you got to come out of there. That's not real. You are high in there because you're imagining something else to be happening when it is not happening. And until you come out and get in between those two realms, that Theta and that Alpha realm, you'll never be able to see how things really appear. So there, Alpha realm, there it is. Now, when you talk about the Alpha realm, you have to talk about something else. You go into a whole nother different culture, into a whole nother different language. Because when you see this word, when you see this word right here, right? Alpha, it comes from another word. Aleph. Okay. That's Greek. This is Greek and this is Hebraic. This is Hebraic. But this comes from this. But what is this actually getting us to? This is getting us to what we refer to as divine beginning. In other words, it starts bringing you into things that are divine. Oh, now you go. Here we come. See that? Now we finna get ready to get to spirit. Now, when we get to spirit, you got to understand we're going somewhere else, because when you look at the word spirit, you're going to get into the word energy. Because spirit is inner. Energy is spirit. Okay, now, let's go back to the church. I'm going to get to Islam too. Now let's go back to the church. Okay, so the church says there is the Trinity, right? The Trinity being the Father, right? What is it? Son, and what? The Holy what? G-H-O?
Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost, baby. Right? Okay, let's look at this. This is important, fam, because what I'm trying to do is get us out of the Theta Realm so we can really see how things really appear. Okay. Now, remember we just talked about this word, spirit, right? We just talked about the word spirit, right? Okay. Now, spirit would equate into that, right? Into what? Holy Ghost, right? The Trinity, the Holy Ghost, right? Now, but if you look in the word ghost, you'll see another word, right? What is that? Host. Oh my God. Host. So, a spirit As we said, it's inner what? Energy. So now, if you're talking about a Holy Ghost, a ghost is a disembodied spirit, which means that it once did what? It once had a body, or it once lived, right? So that means then if you're trying to catch the Holy Ghost, that means that you're trying to allow something or someone else to invade your body.
That's right.
Hence, we get back to another what? Concept that is a program, right? We're going to get right back to this stuff. Look at how it'll come back around. Let me show you something else. You have to understand this. And I'm not trying to injure or hurt anybody. I'm trying to give us some healing properties. Okay. Now, to get to if you want to get to some actuality, you have to make this spirit. Because spirit is what? What? G, right? Okay, now watch this. I'm showing it to you real quick. Now, in Sanskrit, if we look at energy, G, right? In means to what? Enter into. Is what? Right? Is where what? Who? Abram, right? Meaning what? Father of many nations, right? Then you got G-Y, right? Gynae what? Gynecologist, right? Meaning what? Female. So in energy is both what? Male and what? Female. Okay, now see, let's go somewhere with this then. Okay. Now, Trinity. So then, spirit then is both what? Male and female. Now, spirit is in what? Energy. And the properties of it is both what? Male and female. Okay, then what that tells you is then that we've never been without a mother and a father. Mother, father, male, female. We've never been without that. You cannot have energy without what? Male and female. If you look at your wall socket in your home or on your job or wherever you may be, that's a female. The only way you can get that energy out of there is what? With a plug. You have to plug into that and pull a what? Current out of there. Called what? Inner what? G. All of this is about what? Inner what? Energy. Okay, let's go a little bit further with this. Okay. Now, so that means then that if there is a father, right? There is a son let me put child, then there has to be a mother. Now, those of you that minister that it's only just the father, then you're because you are imagining that there is no mother. Then when we get mad at our parents, what we do? You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. You don't even exist. You ain't even real. Isn't that what a child does? I know I've done that before. You may not have, but I know when I felt like there was some type of injustice done to me, I got angry with them. That's what a child does. And a child does what? Try to deny that you even what? Exist. So what does the church try to do? The church try to deny that what? Mom or mama exists. Right? Okay. All right. So now, Okay, so let's look at this then. Let's just say Father, child, and then we got mother right here, right? And let's say spirit, right? Let's put spirit right here where mother is, okay? Okay. Now, if we do that, we got to find out, okay, how do you get mother there? Because let me show you. That is the Hebrew word for spirit. What is it? It is ruach. Ruach actually means female. Actually means female. So if you say spirit, and spirit is the ruach, then you're singing mama. There you go, the Trinity. Father, child, mother, or father, mother, child, which produces right? Okay. All right. Okay, so now when we start dealing with this, when we start dealing with energy, when we start getting into here, when we get into the theta realm, it allows us to slow things down to a pace where we can get it. Catch what I'm saying? It slows it down to a pace where you can get it, where you can see it, but it doesn't mean that it is real. Catch what I'm saying to you. It doesn't mean that it is what? Real. Okay. Now let's go a little farther. This is what I'm dealing. I'm dealing with trauma, y'all. I'm dealing with how we are messed up as a people because the information that has been given unto us has kept us at a low vibration. See, and the church really believes that she's vibing at a high vibration. You're not. You're just having moments of extraordinary experiences where the spirit gets a chance to release some energy. That's all it is. But you're not in a state where you can operate in that perpetually and continually. Okay? And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just trying to get you to really hear what I'm saying to you. Now, one of the things, let me show you. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Am I missing anything on the timeline? Okay, what's she say?
That concept comes from the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
The system is patriarchal. Women don't seem to matter to them.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Our sisters are in fantasy realm, and I'm getting ready to talk about Jesus.
Yes.
The sisters come to church. Church is comprised of over 70% females, right? And I'm gonna get back to something about AI too. That I'm gonna get back to. Okay. When you look at this, the church is comprised of at least about 70% female. 70 to about 75%, right? Now, where the men? Where the husbands? The men are not there, right? Okay. So the men are not there. So the men not being there, what is the first thing that they say? Who do they claim as a husband? Right. Isn't that something? So how many wives does he have? And most people say, well, that's just a spiritual, allegory. And no, it ain't. You're really trying to do that because you're in the theta realm. You're in the lowest realm of your vibrations, because if you're focusing on having a husband, that means that something is happening within your physiology or within your anatomy that is saying to you, I need to mate. This is my husband and he's going to sustain me. How can you sustain that which is natural? How can you tell that which is natural not to do what it's designed to do? It's going to throb. It's going to discharge. It's going to get wet. It's going to swell up. Hello. And it's going to want something. Listen to me. And what I'm saying is this is a real reality. When we come into what's real, we come out of a childlike state of being, a childlike state of mind where we can be deceived. As long as you remain there, you're going to be deceived because you're a child. So if you're saying that, oh yeah, right, yeah, Jesus, he's going to be my husband, Jesus is going to sustain me. But how can you sustain that which is natural and it's going to happen either way? It doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't believe me, I know you done lived long enough. If you're at least 15 years of age, and you may have not been totally sexually active, but there's something that we call a wet dream. You ever had a wet dream? I know I have. I know I've had them periodically. And one of the reasons why is because I deny my body because I do a lot of fasting. But your body is automatically going to do what it is designed to do. And you won't be able to stop it. It'll wait till you lay down and go to sleep and do it by itself. Why? Because it's working in where? In your subconscious. It's working where? In your theta realm. It's working in where? At your lowest vibration. This is a fact. This is real. You don't have to take my word for it. Just take a minute and think about it. Why am I saying this? Because we won't see how things really appear. Get you a husband. Get you a man. He don't have to come out of the church. When they get to talking about being equally yoked and unequally yoked, they don't have no idea what they're talking about. Let me share something with you. You have to understand farming to understand what it means to be unequally yoked. Okay, and I'm gonna get back to this. Okay. When ox are plowing, listen to me. When oxes are plowing, they're not the two biggest, strongest ox that are yoked together to plow. Guess what happens? There is a older ox that is coupled with a younger ox. And guess who's doing all the work? The younger ox. Right? That's being yoked. That's being yoked together. That's not even being unequally yoked. That simply means that in a real reality, in a real situation, one of you all going to carry more weight than the other. See? What did I just say? Some of you are going to carry more weight than the other, which means that, listen, my life may not be the same as yours. I may never go to church, but that doesn't mean I don't love you and I won't be there for you and I won't support you. Oh, come on now. Okay. Yeah, I'm be in trouble now. Yeah. Woo, booyah! I'm gonna be in trouble now. Okay, so you need to let people stop telling you that, man. If there's a guy digging on you, he love you, man, and this guy's willing to be front and center, and he don't want to go to church, and you know he's upright and he's going to be there for you. You better get busy one time, or you're gonna keep up in it. You're gonna stay in the theta realm, imagining, hoping, waiting. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now I want to get to this. Here's where I want to get to this, right? If you're still in your ministry right now, and you've been in ministry for years, and you still preaching that this person exists, I got a word for you. Okay, I'm already in trouble, so let me go dig it a little deeper. Okay, now, y'all up there in that church, in the church, y'all in that what? What is it called? It's called a pool what? Damn, look at that. Watch this. The word pulpit is a compound word that is actually the word pull pit, or to pull over into a pit. So if you're in a pulpit and you're pulling someone into the pit, then you are the
No.
okay. Now, Islam. What y'all doing? Y'all talking about the same one too, right there. He don't exist, never existed. The only way you can get people to believe that is that you must take them to where? To the Theta Realm and cause them to believe that he exists. To give a strong enough visualization, to give a strong enough concept to cause people to believe that this that does not exist exists. That's trauma. That person has never existed. That person has never came to save a group of human men and women, or black, brown men and women. That person has never come. And for you to perpetuate that, it means that you're being what? Disingenuous, or you are programming for a what? Purpose. Why are you doing it? Because you can't save anybody with it. Now ask yourself why you're doing it. Okay. Uh-oh. Ooh, I'm in trouble now. Okay. I can take it. I'm a big boy. Now let's go back to this AI. It's important because AI takes you to the what realm? The Theta Realm, doesn't it? I keep putting that in your eye gates for a reason, because I'm really rewiring your thinking to get you to understand what the Theta Realm is, so you can in your own time say, you know what, I need to meditate, I need to visualize, I need to come up out of here, make sure that everything that I'm connecting myself to, that it has a reality base to it. Right? Okay. So we go back to AI. We know what AI is, right? Artificial what? Artificial intelligence. And then we talked about what? GMOs, right? We know what they are. They're what? Genetic modified what? Organisms, or what? Cells. Okay. Now, what's on the inside of us? What? Cells, right? They are what? Living what? They're living organisms. Isn't that something? That are living on the inside of us. But what they've done is they modified them. They modified them to the fact that they've even changed our physiology. The young Thundercats today, the young sisters, what do they look like? Haven't they changed their physiology to look like a Barbie doll? Yeah. That's not you. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. If that's not you, you've had plastic surgery, cut your nose down, cut some of your lips off, rearrange your face, narrowed your face, allowed them to cut down on some of your maxillite in your mandible, meaning your jawbone, to change the structure of your face, to change your zygomatics, meaning your cheekbones, your nasal bone, your frontal lobe, to change that, to rearrange that. You have become artificial. Okay. Now I know I'm gonna get y'all mad at, but y'all gonna love me though. Y'all gonna love me though. Now, what else have they gotten you to do? Here come this word.
Yeah.
What you put in your eyes? You put what in there? You put contacts in there, don't you? Hey, are your eyes blue? Are your eyes green? Are your eyes purple? Do you have a ring around your eyes? That means that you are artificial. Okay. How did you get blue hair? No, listen to me. I'm not poking fun at you, sisters. Y'all got it, really. Brothers too, that you got men doing it too. I'm putting this out here so you can really understand what I'm saying. To get you, I'm being bombastic too. I'm using hyperboles. I'm using intended exaggeration. Hyperbole. Okay. What's those things you put on your eyelids?
Lashes.
Man, I'm finna get in trouble. I better stop. I'm finna get in trouble. I know my mom gonna call me, y'all. What's those things we put? Some of y'all got them way out here.
Yes.
Is that you? It's an exaggeration. That means it's artificial. It's not real. That's not the real you. Blue hair doesn't come out of your epidermis or your dermis. And I'm not picking on anybody. But what I'm trying to get you to see, paint the picture of how we are stuck in the Theta Realm, and how we are made to believe that someone exists that does not exist at all. We've made to believe that a place exists that doesn't exist, that we're going somewhere out in the sky when we're not going out in the sky anywhere. The only thing that we're going to do is go back into everything because we're going to evolve. Being here in this earth realm or in the cosmos or in Eretz, you have to understand that you're only 10% of who you really are because we're energy. And what we're trying to do is have an experience in this mass or in this matter to cause them to become one so that we can be extraordinary, superhuman, natural beings in this construct and cause supernatural things to happen. We've lost our way. Why? Because we become what? Artificial. We've taken on other personalities. We've taken on behaviors of others. Why? Because we've been programmed to do so. We haven't taken on the originality of who we are because we haven't been taught to understand who we really are. We've used religious practices to get us to some level of comprehension. But those religions aren't meant to turn you into anything. You are the it. And what it does is it gives you the ability to exercise your thoughts, your mind, and how it operates, and the ability to create, the ability to visualize, the ability to meditate, the ability to go in and out of different realms, in the dream realm, in the vision realm, to be able to come out of this body and travel throughout and be esoteric and be existential and be able to do all kinds of things and expand and be who you are designed to be. But what is happening is confusion. When you become confused, you become hypnotic. You are beginning to be hypnotized. And this is what's happening, because from 0 to 6 years of age, everything that is being done to you is hypnotic. You're being what? Hypnotized. And it's going into your subconscious. Y'all please forgive me, because y'all done got me and stuck this cable to me. I already know I'm in trouble, so I'm in trouble. Y'all praying for me. I don't believe y'all praying for me. Yes, indeed. How y'all doing, family? Everybody okay? Y'all good? Okay, go ahead and breathe. It's okay. Go ahead and breathe. Here's the thing. Sometimes we don't take our research far enough, because we've been put in a childlike state of being, because a child will believe whatever you tell them. The church does that to us. Islam does that to us. Catholicism, all of it. It puts us in this childlike state and tell us just to believe it and it's going to happen. That's not so. You have to come out of the Theta Realm, meet with Alpha, because Alpha brings you into divinity, brings you into those divine orders and presence, so that you can see how things really appear. Once you see how things really appear, guess what begins to happen? You see truth. See, truth is not imaginary. Truth is how things really appear. See, truth is matter. Truth is fact. Truth is not a belief. Truth is a clear depiction of what it is. It's not imaginary. It's not that you hope for it and wish for it and have faith for it, because most of you don't even know what faith is. Because why? You haven't taken your studies far enough. You've been hypnotized to remain to be a child when it comes to asking questions that will determine how things really appear. Then what is truth? Truth is how what things really appear. Because you believe it doesn't mean it's real. You can look it up for yourself. When you start talking about faith, people start telling you about faith, that which is you can't see. What the hell is you going to believe in something you can't see for? That's not what faith is. You look it up in the Greek and take your studies far enough, you'll find out that it's the word pistis. Pistis actually means to have knowledge of. Not only does it mean to have knowledge of, but it means to have the knowledge of the creators, or Habara, Elohim, Yorewahi. It means to have the knowledge of how things are created, and Hara, how things are created, how things are made, so that you can see the makeup and the construct of it. That's what faith deals with. It doesn't deal with some ideal that I'm just going to believe it until I can see it, until it manifests. That's not faith. That's called stupidity and ignorance and foolishness. What is truth? Truth is how things what? Really appear. Because they are what? That's what truth is. When people say, I want to tell you the truth is this, what they're giving you are facts. So you can't give me a fact about someone that never existed. That's a lie. That's not truth. Then that's not fact. Then that means that you're lying to me. And when you lie to me, what that does is it sends me into low vibrations. You're trying to hurt me. You're trying to traumatize me. Nation of Islam doing the same thing, talking about Jesus. You know Jesus don't exist. You brothers are scholars. You're wrong for doing that. You need to stop. And the pastors too. Y'all need to stop, man. Because you're wrong. And somebody got to say it, man, you are wrong for that. And when you do it, when you find out and you still do it, that means you're the devil. Because you're in the pulpit. You're pulling people over into a pit. Pit is filled full of what? Deception. Yeah, I know I'm in trouble. I'll let y'all throw stones at Master Teacher next week. I'm gonna turn the podium over to Master Teacher. I'll turn it over to him next session so y'all can stone him. But anyway, fam, I see my little bruh, Country Said in the house. Who's in the house? Hey, Pastor Laquita. Hey, how you doing? I told y'all, hey, man, I know a whole bunch of pastors, y'all. They know me too. Everybody good? Y'all all right? I just want you to know I love you, though. I've given my life for this, family. Listen, I'm not gonna share anything with you that I'm not studying, and I don't study. I confer. I take counsel. I have a team. We research. That's why I'm slow to still put my book out. There's things that I'm talking to you about that is going to be included in the book, and it's already included. So what I'm saying to you is it's very important that we cross our T's and dot our I's, and not just say something because we heard someone else say it, but to research it. But what I've stated to you on today, you can go research and look up for yourself and know that I'm sharing fact with you. I'm not telling you about some fairy tale ideal about somebody gonna come out of the sky, that there's gonna be some type of rapture and everybody's gonna go up in the sky. Come on, fam. The church has had its opportunity. Islam has had its opportunity. You know what time it is? It's time for us to grow up and come into the community of the adults. See, because adults accept the responsibility for their behavior. Not only that, but adults have wisdom to understand that, hey, you know what? That's not going to happen. You see. That's why it's important, because, see, there's three things that we have to deal with. Yeah. I want y'all to stay right there. Keep humming that right there. I want you right there. Three things you got to deal with. One, you got to deal with dependence. You got to learn how to depend. That's why mom is so important. The mother of us all, Hara. That is a name that means all living, giving life to all living things. And to sustain that. See, mama have to be able to give it and then be able to sustain it to a certain point in period in time. That's called dependence. So here's what do? Mom breastfeed that baby. That baby become what? Attached. And then when that baby's nursing, we call that latching on. That baby learns how to latch on. So but there comes a time in the age where that baby has to become independent of mom. See, now that's when the masculine energy steps in. So the masculine energy steps in and creates independence. So stage one, you're going through dependence, and that's the feminine, that's the mother. And then the second stage, you're going through independence. That's the father. That's the one, come on here, that encourage you and strengthen you and give you that willpower to grow up. Then that's the third one. The third one, you got to go through, we call it intra or interdependence. Interdependence meaning that all other things are dependent upon the existence of all other things. Now you've moved from dependence to independence to the ability to realize that everything coexists, that everything needs everything to be everything. Yeah. When you pass through those stages, come on here, on a healthy level, where you're not traumatized, where you're not hurt, where you're not abandoned, where you're not abused. Come on here, where you're not having all these anxieties, separation anxiety. Come on here, you're not having trauma from being molested, being raped, being beat down, all of these things. Listen, now you can pass through that in a healthy way. Coming into the community of the adults, coming out of the Theta Realm, coming from those low vibrations. Once we pass through those stages, we come to that theta, that alpha, we're going back to that gamma. That gamma is when we strengthen, we turn on our superhuman and supernatural powers, and we become God again. Yeah, if you want to say it, God the Mother, God the Father, and God the Son, because we all gods. We have to stop playing. We have to come out of the childlike mentality and come into the community of the adults, where we begin to make those decisions and choices that will affect our communities, that will affect the universe ultimately. If we want to change the universe, if we want to transform the universe, if we want the universe to evolve, then we must come back into our realm of creativity and bring that out into the alpha, back into the gamma, and then cause things to become what they were designed to be. And that means we'll become God again. Theta trauma. They have traumatized us. They've stolen from us. Fam, it's time to come back into the community of the adults. Okay, Tammy. All right, y'all. I know I've held y'all for a long time. Yeah. I know I've had you all here for quite some time, but listen, and I know there's probably something not on the timeline, and I'll just have to answer that. I'll just have to get on the timeline and just kind of answer that for you all. But I just want to say, it's time for us to begin to walk in a mature state of being, a mature state of mind, because we're coming out of that Theta Realm, the realm where we're easily deceived, and coming into the conscious realm, where we're able to be quick-witted and make those choices and decisions that are based off of sustenance. But as always, hold what you got, muse over it, cogitate upon it, ponder on it, but by all means, govern yourselves accordingly. One love, eternal light, peace, prosperity, and good health. Shalom Aleichem, Mishpachah. You just finished up another truth session with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet,